Hello everyone, I'm Alvin. Welcome to Weekly VOC English News, where we bring you the latest and the most significant news around Chinland this week. Here are tonight's news headlines. The Chin Defense Force ACDF has vowed to carry on the resistance against military dictatorship inspired by the fearless spirit of student leader Chinland who refused to bow under the boots of military oppression. The Zomi National Party (ZNP), which applied to register as a political party in order to compete in the junta-organized elections, has now been officially approved by the regime's Union Election Commission. Colonel Biak Ling, a Central Committee member of the Chin National Front (CNF), passed away on June 22nd due to health complications while undergo medical treatment. We'll be bringing you more on these stories and other Chin-related news from across the region in this week's program. ACDF honors student leader Salai Demong vows to continue the resistance. The Chin Defense Force (ACDF) has pledged to continue resisting military dictatorship with unwavering courage, drawing inspiration from the fearless spirit of student leader Salai Demong who famously refused to kneel under the military's boots. On June 26 marked the 49th anniversary of the secret execution of Salai Demong by the Burmese military regime at Insane Prison in 1976. According to ACDF, Salai Demong was not only a heroic student leader but also a national symbol of courage for the Asho people. His deep conviction and defiance against dictatorship remain a model of bravery and inspiration. The ACDF stated that it would continue its fight against the military junta with a steadfast spirit, unlying resistance, and bold determination, mirroring the legacy of Salai Demong who never bowed to tyranny. Salai Demong played a leading role in major political movements, including the 1969 university student protests, then 1972 workers' movement, and the 1974 Uten funeral crisis, where he was the forefront of student leadership. While actively organized the 100th anniversary memorial for missionary Adoniram Judson, Salai Demong was arrested on March 19, 1976. He was later executed in a secret on June 26, 1976 at Insane Prison. Before being taken to the gallows, he famously declared, "You can kill my body, but never my beliefs or convictions. I will never kneel under your military boots." He was executed shortly after, remaining defiant to his last breath. Zomi National Party approved by military-run election commission to contest in upcoming polls. The Military Council's Union Election Commission has granted party formation approval to the Zomi National Party (ZNP), which had applied to compete in the upcoming junta-organized elections. According to the junta state-run Yama'ale newspaper, the ZNP's application was approved after being verified as compliant with the political party's registration law and related regulations. Under the approval, the Zomi National Party is required to officially register with the Election Commission as a political party within 30 days, in accordance with Section 7 of Political Parties Registration Law. To date, 27 organizations have applied to form political parties under the junta, with 19 of them being approved. Of those, 17 have applied for registration and 14 have been officially registered. In Chinland, 3 parties applied for registration under the junta. They are Chin People's Party, CPP, Chin National Congress Party, CNCP, Zomi National Party, ZNP. Of these, only CNP and ZNP were granted permission to form political parties. The application by the Chin People's Party was rejected on May 14, 2024. Meanwhile, the Zomi Congress for Democracy, ZCD, a long-standing political party in Chinland, also applied to retain its registration but was rejected by the junta's election commission on August 5, 2024. Currently, the only official recognized and active political party in Chinland is the Kumi National Party, which is based in Palawat Township. The military junta, which seized power following claims of voter fraud in the 2020 general elections, has announced that it plans to hold a new election as a political exit strategy. According to its announcement, the elections are scheduled to take place over the course of 1 month during third and fourth weeks of December 2025 and the first and second weeks of January 2026. CNF Central Committee member Colonel Biaklin passed away at age 62. Colonel Biaklin, a Central Committee member of the Chin National Front (CNF), passed away on June 22nd while receiving medical treatment in Aizawl, Mizoram, due to health complications. Colonel Biaklin was one of the founding members of the Chin National Front Army (CNF-CNA). After completing military training with the Kachin Independence Organization Army (KIO-KIA), he decided his entire life to serving the cause of Chinland and its people through the CNF-CNA. He once served as the Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the CNF-CNA, demonstrating his leadership and long-standing commitment to the Chin revolutionary movement. At the age of 62, Colonel Biaklin passed away in Aizawl while undergoing treatment, and a funeral service was held on June 23rd at the CNF's Victoria Base headquarters, where he was laid to rest with honors. The Kachin Independence Organization KIO expressed its condolences in an official statement released on June 23rd, mourning the loss of valued revolutionary leader. KIO recognized Colonel Biaklin's passing as a great loss not only for the CNF but also for the KIO, honoring him as a respected commander and ally in the shared struggle for freedom. In its statement, the KIO emphasized its admiration and respect for Colonel Biaklin's selfless leadership and tireless efforts in carrying out vital revolutionary duties. The KIO Central Committee and its army members paid tribute to his legacy and expressed heartfelt condolences. The KIO further noted that Colonel Biaklin's death, occurring in the midst of an unfinished revolutionary journey, was a deep sorrow shared by the CNF, his comrades, and his grieving family. Rakhine settlers occupy homes of Chin IDPs in southern Palawat under AA control. In southern Chinland's Palawat Township, now under the control of the Arakan Army AA, local sources report that Rakhine settlers have begun occupying homes that belong to Chin internally displaced persons, IDPs, many of whom fled due to ongoing conflict. Although junta forces have already been cleared from Palawat Township, most Chin residents have not returned to their homes due to the continued threat of junta airstrikes and the AA's establishment of administrative control in the area. As a result, the majority remain displaced in neighboring Mizoram State, India. Locals say the AA has granted Rakhine settlers permission to live in the abandoned homes without informing or seeking consent from the original Chin homeowners. These homes, left empty due to conflict-induced displacement, are now being used without the owner's knowledge or approval. In addition, it's reported that these occupants are using personal belongings left behind by the homeowners, such as pots, dishes, blankets, and other store household items, as if they were their own. Thousands of Rakhine settlers have reportedly occupied homes in various towns and villages across Palawat Township, including Palawat Town, Muantong, Saint Sin, Namanda, Ginchao, Taron Ai, Miza, Meksawa, Tutekong, Miwa, Milawa, Chile, Shinlawa, and other nearby areas. Due to the fierce fighting between the junta and the Arakan army in Palawat, thousands of Chin civilians have forced to flee to cities like Hakha, Naypyidaw, Yangon, and to Mizoram State in India, where they remain in exile as conflict refugees. Mizoram to begin biometric data collection for Myanmar refugees in July. The Mizoram state government is set to begin collecting biometric data of Myanmar refugees currently sheltering in the state, with the process scheduled to launch in July. According to the Mizoram State Home Department, Technical experts from India's National Informatics Center, NIC, have already arrived in Mizoram and provided training to local officials who will be involved in the data collection process. Although the biometric registration initiative was initially planned under the previous Mizoram government, it was stalled due to opposition from the Mizo National Front (MNF) government led by Zoramthanga. The current state government, led by Chief Minister Laldu Oma of the Zoram People's Movement (ZPM), have revived the initiative and begun preparations to resume the data collection process. Following the military coup in Myanmar on February 1st, 2021, thousands of Myanmar citizens, particularly those of Chin ethnicity, have fled across the border to seek refuge in Mizoram. According to Mizoram State Home Department, as of now, there are approximately 32,429 Myanmar refugees living in the state. Myanmar military destroys key border trade route linking Didim and Rekodar. Junta forces have destroyed a major cross-border trade road connecting Dedim and Rekodar towns in northern Chinland, according to local sources. On June 26, troops from the Junta's Light Infantry Battalion LIB 269, based in Dedim, used a JCB excavator to tear up the main road near a gas station between Dedim town and Lamzang village, effectively cutting off access. This key route serves as the primary road linking Dedim to Rekodar, which is home to one of the main border trade camps along the India-Myanmar border. As a result of the destruction, vehicles both large and small can no longer travel along the route. This is not the first time the military has targeted vital infrastructure in the region. On June 8, 2024, Junta forces also blew up the Manipur River Bridge, commonly known as the Mansuang Bridge, which ties along the same Didim border trade road. 6 students missing for over a week in Calais. Families fear military abduction. In Calais, Sagaing region, 6 students who went missing while on their way to school have still not been found after more than a week, leaving their families increasingly worried. The students reportedly left home on the morning of June 19 to attend classes at Calais No. 8 High School, but they never arrived at school and have not returned home since. The missing students are Mao Aung Mien Nai, age 21, Mao Cao Mien Nai, age 17, Mao Mahung, age 17, Mao Joseph Pyo, age 15, Mao Zo Dulin, age 15, Mao Boy Tachwa Che, age 14. Despite continued efforts by their families to reach for them, there has been no trace of their whereabouts as of today. Local residents fear the students may have been abducted by the military junta, as junta troops in Calais have been conducting patrols and raids in neighborhoods, often detaining young people to be forcefully conscripted into military service. That concludes our news for this week. Thank you for supporting VOC and have a great week.